Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to 5 Minutes of Authenticity with Pritha. Thank you for being here in this space with me, where we take a topic every month and go deep into it. And it's usually focused on stuff that we all face in our lives. And being a life coach who works with authenticity, it is my privilege to share some of the learnings that I have when I talk to my clients or find a new book to read or anything online which I feel is worthy of sharing. So if you've been here before, thank you for revisiting. And if you're here for the first time, do subscribe, like, and if possible, leave me a star or a review and feedback on what you would like to hear more about. So if you recall, we started 2026 with the theme for rooting into ourselves in January, where we were focusing on finding the space of stillness and steadiness within us, which would see us through the year. Having gotten into that frame of reference in mind, let us look into February with a new idea, with an idea which is very important for all of us to think about. And it's very necessary. It is the courage to be seen. That is our theme for February. And in this episode, we will talk a little bit about authenticity versus approval. Now, the reason I bring in approval is because every time we talk about visibility, there is an interesting connotation that comes up with validation and approval. Okay, so I want to begin with a truth that many of us may feel, but we do not say this out loud. The fact is, you cannot be fully authentic and fully approved at the same time. Approval is external. Obviously, it comes from yardsticks set up by society and people outside of ourselves. Authenticity, on the other hand, obviously, as we know, is very internal. Authenticity is a very inward journey. The validations come from within, and most of us spend years, decades, choosing approval without even realizing, simply because it's easy. Why do we seek approval? Because we are wired for belonging. As children, approval means safety. It meant love. Oh, you've done a great job. You've done an amazing, you've shown amazing skills in your academics or in sports. Oh, look how beautifully you sang. Every time we were given that kind of a positive stroke of approval, it meant a place of safety when we were really young. It also meant an expression of love. Right? So it meant we were allowed to stay. Over time, we have learned to almost shapeshift, to be agreeable, to be polite, to be impressive, to be quiet, to be easy, to have this aura of perfection, so that we were kept close to the people we depended on emotionally. If we were all of these things, we were considered to belong. But what we were trying to do is we were just trying to fit in. And it's very natural. There's nothing wrong with it. We want to be polite. We want to be impressive. This is what we teach our children. We teach them to have good behavior. But what has happened in the process sometimes, at least when we look back in our lives, is somewhere along the way, those survival strategies, they became our identity. We forgot who we were before we learned who we needed to be. Yesterday, my daughter, she mentioned a friend of hers wrote to her in an email and she said, I wish I could laugh the way I want to without people thinking it's weird. Now, the individual who has written this girl, she's barely 14. And I'm thinking, even at this age, she has conditioned herself to think that her laughter is weird, or that it might sound different to what people are used to hearing. So even something as basic as our laughter, we try to fit in, we try to change ourselves. And what is the cost? There is a very quiet cost, but it's a huge one. Every time we choose approval over authenticity, we abandon a small part of ourselves. We soften our truth, we make disclaimers about it, we shrink our joy, we mute or silence our needs, and we perform instead of expressing. Performance and expression, it's interesting to think of that difference. Performance is to the world. Expression is what we bring to bring to the table. So think about performer on stage. I remember when my daughter was younger, and even now when she dances, one of the things we talk about is, it doesn't matter what the audience is thinking, you go out there and show what you have to express, what you want to show. When we go to a recital, or when we listen to true artists, they may be great performers, but after a while, it's all about the expression. And that is where the authenticity comes in. Because if you're only performing, then the world meets a version that is edited, curated, and safe, but is not complete, it's not authentic. Approval feels good in the moment, but it disconnects us from our roots. So when we talk about the courage to be seen, what does that look like? It is not about rejecting approval. In fact, it is not about dissing it or demeaning it or being ungrateful for it. It's a wonderful thing to get that approval. But it is about noticing that when you are seeking that approval, are you trading your truth for it? And asking yourself, am I expressing or am I performing? Am I being myself or am I being who I think they want me to be? Authenticity, my friends, is not loud. It is honest. It is a quiet decision to stop abandoning yourself to be accepted. So friends, as we begin February, this is a month of love. And the greatest kind of love we can find is the one for ourselves. And so I invite you to think about yourselves with a lot of gentleness, a lot of kindness, and ask yourselves these simple questions. Where in your life are you choosing approval over authenticity? Where are you still shape-shifting to be safe? Are you trying to fit in? In fact, my workshop is called Authenticity Begins When Fitting In Ends. So that has been my theme for a long time, and when I think about it, and what would it like to feel to let one small truth about you rise to the surface that you have long hidden? Maybe you like to swim. Maybe you like to dance. Maybe you like to go for long walks. Maybe you like to go bowling. Maybe you like to go on drives by yourselves. Maybe you like to go to movies by yourselves. Maybe you're not truly afraid to sit at a table in a restaurant and eat, but you are just worried about what people might think about it. Go and have that meal by yourself. This month, we are not forcing visibility. We are learning how to be seen without losing ourselves. I will talk to you soon. I will see you in the next episode, where we will talk about tiny ways we hide without noticing, and how we can do and give ourselves that grace, that love, that kindness, that compassion to be more authentic and to be more courageous and be seen. Until next time, this is Pritha signing off from 5 Minutes of Authenticity. Take care, friends.